Hello, everybody. We are in the last couple of games of the League One season, and it has been a cracking season so far. But with 5 or 6 games left, depending on who you are looking at, I thought it would be a good idea to look at those top 9 teams who are all battling it out for those playoff spots and having a look at their past 5 games of form and the games they are yet to play to try and make a prediction of who I think will be winning the league, who I think will be in that second automatic promotion spot, and who I think will be in those 4 playoff spots. So I'm going to start with who is currently top of the table, and that is Sheffield Wednesday, who snuck back in with their last game. But in their past 5 games, they have won 1, drawn 3, and have lost 1, especially a poor loss to Forest Green Rovers, who, when you're fighting for that title or that automatic promotion spot, you really want to be taking. And they play Burton away, Bristol Rovers away, Exeter at home, Shrewsbury away, and Derby County at home. Now, a lot of these games are perhaps on the easier side. Shrewsbury are a good team, mid of the table, had an unlikely promotion challenge at the earlier part of the season before dropping back off. And Derby County have been fantastic, but have again dropped off alongside Bolton and Wycombe Wanderers. I have predicted Sheffield Wednesday to get 3 wins in 2 draws. I don't imagine them losing to any of these teams, but I wouldn't be surprised if Shrewsbury or Derby shocked them. But especially with so much to play for, I'm giving them 11 points from those 5 games, which would leave them on a total of 95 points. Plymouth are next. They've done slightly better. They're in second place. They have 3 wins and 2 losses, but most importantly, a very shock home loss to Lincoln City. They have 6 games in hand, and they play Exeter away, Shrewsbury away, Cambridge at home, Bristol away, Burton at home, and Port Vale away, which on paper is actually a very, very easy fixture list, with Shrewsbury being one of the hardest games in that fixture list. They do not have any major obstacles at what should be a very clear chance to get those automatic promotion spots, and I predicted 4 wins and 2 draws, which should leave them with a very, very good chance to clinch one of those 2 automatic spots. This would leave Plymouth with 14 points from those 6 games and on 97 points overall, already ahead of Sheffield Wednesday. And then we come to Ipswich Town, perhaps one of the best informed teams at a crucial stage. They have won 4 and drawn 1, and they have won or drawn the majority of their past 10 games. They've not lost a game since January, and they have the clear quality to maintain not just a push for the automatic promotion spot, but for the title itself. They play Charlton at home, Port Vale away, Peterborough away, Barnsley away, Exeter at home, and Fleetwood. In there, you do have 2 good teams in Peterborough and Barnsley, but I believe they have the strength to take 5 wins and 1 draw for the Rampant Blues, with a lone draw coming against Barnsley, in which will be a tough game for both sides. It is away, and it will be a big game for Barnsley, and they'll want to come and get a point from that. That will leave Ipswich on 98 points, 1 ahead of Plymouth, and that will mean, in my prediction, Ipswich Town will win League One, with Plymouth Argyle coming second, 1 point behind, clinching that second automatic promotion spot. Now, Barnsley are on 4th, and they are dark horses for the automatic playoff spots. They've blown hot and cold these past 5 games with 3 wins and 2 losses. They will want to clamp down on any consistency, especially with the teams above them, especially Ipswich in good form, but they do play a couple of tough teams. Ipswich at home are going to be monstrous. Milton Keynes have shown that they've got the guile to take points against some of the bigger teams. They did it against Wycombe, they did it against Derby, and they've played Peterborough at home as well. It is one of the hardest runs out of anybody in the top 9, and combined with their stop-start form, I think they're going to fall out of the automatic playoff promotion spots, gaining just 7 points in their last 6 matches, leaving them overall with 85 points, well out of the automatic spots, but with a very, very solid chance at maintaining 3rd or 4th place to make sure they get playoff spots. Peterborough United are late arrivals to the playoff battle. They replaced their manager, and especially now with the struggles of Bolton, Derby and Wycombe, Peterborough have leapfrogged these teams with impressive 4 wins and 1 draw in their past 5 games, going unbeaten in their past 6. They are hitting peak form at exactly the right time. But they do play some tough teams. They play Cambridge and Accrington away, Ipswich away, Bristol Rovers at home and Barnsley away. Despite their impressive form, they do have to face these 2 tough teams who I predicted they will lose to, but they will pick up a maximum of 9 points in those other 3 matches, leaving them overall with 79 points. Bolton are the first of the 3 musketeers of inconsistency in these past 5 to 10 games. 2 wins, 2 draws and a loss in what has been a recent patch of lukewarm form. They'll want to pick up to have a shot at the playoff spots, which they hang precariously in, with Derby, Portsmouth and Wycombe looking on below hungrily. They play 6 games. They play Oxford and Burton away, Shrewsbury, Accrington and Fleetwood at home, and Bristol Rovers away. But despite having a good run of form, a combination of poor form, a number of relegation candidates they have to face, this will be a painful run for Bolton. I'm projecting them to pick up just 7 points out of 6 games, with a number of draws and possible losses, bringing them to just 75 points. Derby County are nipping on the heels of Bolton with the same amount of points and 1 game more played, but they too will have to face a difficult form of run, where they have lost points to teams they really were wanted to overcome. In their last 5, they have won 3, lost 1, and drew 1 to drop back out into 7th place. They play Bristol and Exeter away, Burton, Portsmouth at home, and Sheffield Wednesday away. Burton have had a habit of picking up points in the past couple of weeks, and Portsmouth and Wednesday will both be very difficult teams. They face a very similar issue to Bolton, but with 1 less game to pick points up in, combined with 2 very difficult games to end the season. I predicted a points total of 8 from 5 games, taking them to 75 points. Sorry, 73 points. We move on to Wycombe Wanderers, my home club, and a club suffering from patchy form since the arrival of Matt Bloomfield. They may be boosted by the return of Jordan Obita, Sam Vokes and Gareth McCleary. However, on paper, Wycombe have one of, if not the easiest, last 5 games out of anybody. They play Morecambe and Cambridge away, Lincoln at home, Cheltenham away, and Portsmouth away. Now, this is without a doubt a massive amount of bias and a large amount of copium. I predicted Wycombe to pick up 4 wins and 1 draw in their last 5, a repeat of last season's climb to 6th place on the final day, leaving Wycombe on 78 points. I am more than likely wrong about this, but a man can hope. And Portsmouth, the dark horses of all the dark horses, they are 5 points outside of the zone, but they can hope to pick up points in Wycombe, Derby and Bolton with better form over the past 5 games, with 2 wins and 3 draws. They play Shrewsbury and Oxford away, Accrington at home, Derby at home, and Wycombe at home. I predicted them to have strong form to come into the end of the season with 3 wins, a draw and a loss. And whilst that is a very good end to the season, they will fall just outside of 6th place, arriving on 73 points, level with Derby. Altogether, this leaves the table as Ipswich in 1st with 98 points. Plymouth in 2nd, clinching that automatic promotion spot with 97 points. Sheffield Wednesday and Barnsley take the first 2 playoff promotion spots with 95 points and 85 points. Peterborough will come in with 79 points in 5th place, and Wycombe Wanderers will take the final playoff promotion spot with 78 points. In 7th, Bolton will get 75 points, and joint 8th, Derby and Portsmouth will end up with 73 points. I have not went into the detail of doing score lines, and thus I'm not going to work out who will end up with the best goal difference. Overall, I will be wrong in some of these predictions. In fact, I'm probably wrong with a lot of them, including Wickham's. I understand that is more than likely wrong. But I want to hope for the best. I want to be an optimist. But the simple fact that there are 9 teams fighting for those top 6 spots is an amazing indication of just how strong League One is getting. And regardless of who wins, who gets automatics, who gets those 4 playoff spots, it will be a fantastic but tense final few weeks. If you think I'm wrong about anything in particular, please make sure to let me know. But otherwise, have a great day.